me tell you something that sounds dramatic but is absolutely true. If trains stopped running somehow, modern life would collapse in about 3 days. Not slowly, not politely, like immediately. Because while trucks get all the attention, big rigs, loud engines, highways, trucks are just the last step. Trains are the part nobody sees, which is exactly why they work. About 40% of all freight in the United States moves by rail. That's food, fuel, cars, steel, chemicals, grain. Your grocery store is not magically stocked by Vibes. That cereal? Train. That soda? Train. That suspiciously cheap furniture? Absolutely train. Most freight trains run at night. You don't see them. You don't hear them unless you live near tracks. Civilization is being delivered while you're asleep. Now let's talk about dispatching. Well, because this is where trains stop being old technology and start being terrifyingly precise. Railroad dispatchers manage thousands of trains across massive territories. They track speed, weight, direction, spacing, and priority, all in real time. This isn't go when the light is green. This is a constantly moving chess game where every piece weighs thousands of tons. The system they use is called block signaling. The track is divided into invisible sections because 2 trains in the same block would result in what we in the industry call a very bad day. And the system works so well that derailments and collisions are statistically rare. Now here's the big part most people don't realize. Trains are boring on purpose. They don't accelerate fast. They don't stop. They don't change direction. Rarely, at least. Everything about trains is designed to be predictable, slow-moving, and calm because when you're moving 20,000 tons of stuff, chaos is not an option. And yet, despite all of this planning, trains still operate through snowstorms, heat waves, deserts, mountains, and places where weather has personal beef with infrastructure. In Alaska, trains run through temperatures cold enough to crack steel. In the Southwest, rails expand from heat and have to be constantly monitored so they don't buckle. Yes, rails can also bend from being too hot. So, railroads paint some tracks with white to reflect sunlight. It's not a joke. And then there's ports. Cargo ships unload containers and trains take them inland. One train can replace 300 trucks, which means less traffic, less fuel, and fewer people rage honking on the highway. And yet, people still ask, why don't we just use trucks for everything? Because trucks are sprinters. Trains are the marathon runners who never stop. And here's the craziest part. Most locomotives last 40 to 50 years. They get rebuilt, re-engined, updated. They don't get replaced, they get reborn. Your car barely makes it 5. So the next time you're stuck at a crossing from watching a freight train crawl by for what feels like your entire lifespan, remember, you're watching civilization move. It's just not in a hurry.